you, Madam Speaker. I rise to ask question number 146/2015 under my name. Would the Honourable Minister for Education inform the House if he has written to the Vice Chancellors of the 3 universities in the country to lower the entry mark for Year 13 or Form 7 students from 250 to 200 based on English and 3 best subjects, and if so, why?
Thank you. I give the floor to the Honourable Minister for Education, Heritage and Arts.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. There are 2 questions in one question that Professor Biman Prasad has posed. The first part is whether I've written to the 3 VCs of the university. Yes. Let me now answer the second question, why. Madam Speaker, some 3 decades ago, there was only one university, the University of the South Pacific, which started in 1968. At that time, the entry requirement was 200 marks, English plus best 3 subjects for entry to university. In 1979, Fiji's 7th form certificate examination was scaled. And in 1989, Fiji's school level certificate examination was also subject to scaling. In 1989, the University of the South Pacific lost confidence in the 200 mark and raised the entry requirement to 250 after introduction of scaling. Madam Speaker, it was then that the university decided that they couldn't trust the 200 pass mark because the marks were inflated. On April 11th, I wrote to the 3 Vice Chancellors, copied to the Chair of Higher Education Commission and the Chair of TELS Board, and I wrote, this is what I wrote to the VCs. Greetings to you all. I'm writing this email to request if your universities could considering lowering of entry marks for your HE programs, higher education programs, to students originating from Fiji, Year 13 examination in light of the discontinuation of mark scaling. The rise in entry marks were adopted by universities in light of the view that students obtaining a pass in English and 3 other subjects with an aggregate mark of 200 were not able to perform well in university studies at that time. In this regard, the aggregate entry mark for all HE studies except for few science areas was raised to 250. Now that we have removed mark scaling, the basis for raising the entry mark from 200 to 250 no longer holds. In this regard, I'm requesting if your universities could discuss this soon with a view to revert to the ministry's set pass mark of 200 in English plus 3 best subjects in Year 13 exams. For your information, I'm attaching 2 studies that were done on these issues. I look forward to your response soon. Regards, Dr. Mahendra Reddy, Minister of Education, Heritage and Arts. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary question, the Honourable Prem Singh.
I thank the Minister for his answer. Is the Minister expecting pass rates to decrease this year, therefore necessitating a letter to Vice Chancellors to reduce the entry mark? What would be the Minister's decision should the universities refuse to decrease the entry mark?
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Madam Speaker, there are 2 questions that he has raised in one question given to him. The first question is, does the Minister expect the pass rates to decrease this year? Madam Speaker, my expectation is that the pass rate using raw marks should increase this year. That's my expectation, that's our goal, that's our target. That's our target. That's our target. That's our target. Using the raw mark, last year the pass rate, this year, Madam Speaker, we are working very hard with all stakeholders to ensure that the pass rate using the raw marks will increase significantly this year. Second part of your question. Second part of your question, his honourable member's question, Madam Speaker, is that what if the VCs refuse to do so? Now, we've got a very positive response for them. They asked for some additional data. They're working together. This morning I spoke to one Vice Chancellor. They're saying that maybe in a month's time they'll be able to converge all 3 universities and come up with a mark that entry requirement for HE programs, higher education programs. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. And I give the floor to the Honourable Joseph Andulak Virata.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My question is more related to the last question, Madam Speaker, but I would like to make a point that the Honourable Minister had been making a lot of reform this year with urge to improve the results of examination in schools. By lowering the mark from 250 to 200 this year, is the Honourable Minister already anticipating a drop in the examination results? Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable Minister.
Madam Speaker, he still doesn't get it, Madam Speaker. What I've said is that you take the pass rate using last year's original mark. We are saying we'll raise the pass rate. For the record, thank you.
Thank you. I give the floor to the Honourable Bill Mahendra Prasad. Bill Mahendra Singh.
Madam Speaker, thank you. Madam Speaker, my question. Oh, sure.
Thank you. You have the floor.
Oh, thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the question that I wanted to pose to the Minister has been already asked by Honourable Prem Singh. It was on the university's response. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you. I now give the floor to the Honourable Aseri Randondro.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I thank the Honourable Minister for his lengthy explanation. My question is, now that you've written to the university to lower the marks, can you assure this House that the university will be having sufficient resources to accommodate for the influx in number of students at the university?
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Madam Speaker, we've got 3 universities, our own national university, we've got the regional university, as well as there's a faith-based university. We don't see any problem with regard to space, except for programs where there's limited space, for example, medicine, aviation. Other than that, there shouldn't be an issue in any other program. Thank you. Thank you.